Well, my internet has been out this evening, which is probably for the best because that tore me away from the computer and forced me to do some other things. Well, actually, I was on the computer for a while. I was editing and saving a whole lot of these health vlogs. Played some music on the computer while I washed dishes. What else did I do? I went for a walk, jogged just a touch. I haven't gone for a walk in quite a while. I've been pretty tired and busy, and I figured it was high time I got back to it. So I'm gonna go to bed a little earlier than I have been. It's still not early, it's still very late, but it's earlier than it has been at least. I just have to talk again about how proud I am of staying strong through this because I have really been struggling with wanting to eat some junk food today. I think it's mostly because I got distracted with doing other things and I just wasn't eating very much at all. I didn't eat enough. I was going too long without food. And so I was getting weak and really hungry. And since I was so hungry, I just thought about all of this awful food that I wanted to stuff into my face. Also, since I had gone too long without eating, that drop in my blood sugar was causing me to get emotional and irrational, and it was stressing me out. So that was making me want to go back to bad habits to try to soothe myself, try to make myself feel better. But I knew that. I was aware of what was going on with my body and my mind. I was able to rationalize and just say, no, I'm not going to do that. But while I was washing dishes, I was really starting to get weak, and I was trying to think of something that I could eat, and I kept craving potatoes. I've been craving potatoes a lot. I do a lot of the time just because I love potatoes. And potatoes are very addictive. They are starchy and comforting. So I kept thinking about French fries and stuff like that. What I have found before is if I'm craving potatoes, I can eat cauliflower, and that takes care of that craving. So while I was washing dishes and I was starting to get stressed out, and I was thinking I might just have to go and get some fries. I'm freaking out. So I thought, no, I'm gonna sit down and think about what I need to do. So I thought, okay, what can I eat that is going to make me feel better, that's going to nourish me in the way that my body apparently needs, because I had bananas, of course, and it just wasn't doing it. I kept thinking potatoes, potatoes. And when I was sitting down trying to think of what to do, the answer I got was to just go in the kitchen and look and see what I have, and I will find something. So I looked in the refrigerator and the freezer, and in the freezer I had frozen cauliflower that I've had in there for a while. And when I saw that, I thought, that's perfect for the potato craving. I think this is what I need. So I steamed some cauliflower. I was playing music while I was washing dishes, and it was, it was house cleaning kind of music. It was stimulating, and because I was feeling stressed, because I needed food, and I was tired, and it was making me emotional, the music was making it worse. And music can be soothing, but this was stimulating music, and it was just stressing me more. So I paused the music for a few minutes while the cauliflower was cooking, and I prepared it, put on some olive oil and sesame oil and spices and things, and I just left the music off so that I could collect myself, regroup. I sat down and ate in silence and gave full attention to my food, which is a practice that is known as mindful eating, where you use all your senses, you really taste your food, you really pay attention to your food, you look at it, you listen to the sound of yourself chewing. The point is to get the full experience from it so that you really appreciate your food and you don't just scarf it down without thinking about it and stuff yourself, and then even after you have eaten too much because you weren't paying attention to how much you were eating, even after that you think, I don't feel satisfied, because you weren't appreciating it while you were eating. So I ate mindfully. I got through half of it and I felt like I'd eaten enough. And I wasn't going to worry about how much I ate because I knew I just needed to eat until my body said, okay, I've had what I need. So that's exactly what I did. And it was only half of it that I needed, and I put the rest away. I'm so proud of myself because I have such a long history of binging on food, especially when it's delicious and comforting. I just want to eat and eat and eat because I'm getting some kind of happiness out of that food that I'm apparently missing elsewhere. So I'm trying to get things straightened out to where I have the type of relationship with food that I should have and not abuse food and harm myself, ruin my mental state and my body with food. That's something I've been doing for longer than I ever realized. So, I'm breaking that habit. And I'm putting good new habits into effect. And I just couldn't be happier about it. And I'm so incredibly proud. I know I keep saying in these vlogs, oh, I'm so proud of myself. I did really well today, but honestly, this is progress like I have never had before in my life. Even times when I have been able to eat healthy for a while, it was such a struggle because I didn't have my emotions in the right place. I didn't have my head together about it. I was resentful because I was thinking it's not fair that I can't just eat what everyone else eats, when really no one can eat the way they eat because they end up paying for it eventually, which is why most people are in such poor health. But I've learned to be thankful that my body makes me very aware of what is good for me and what isn't good for me. Like this dermatitis, and it's getting better. There's more over here. It really is getting better though. It's just red because of showering, washing hair. Well, I've talked enough. I didn't mean to talk this long. I've got hot tea in there, and it's probably getting cold now. So, good night.